Last time on GTA 5. Do 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 do. And there's my gun. Okay. Here we go. Blah! Oh, that hurt. Hey Andrew, you alive? No, you're clearly dead. Well, great. And now, to continue. So, it is I, Mikey. I'm still playing with my nephew, Mooner Peter, aka Andrew. So, I can't remember what we're doing. Well, clearly I'm causing causing mass chaos and whatnot. Way to go, Andrew. Got ran over by that car. I'm like, hey, come back! You ran over my friend! I'll kill you later. Anyway, between last episode and this one, me and Andrew customized the bike that we had, that we were on last time. And so it's his bike, but we call it the crew bike. And right now I'm realizing that he's locked his vehicles just to him. So I'm like, hey Andrew, you gotta change your vehicle settings to friends and crew. And I was like, how do I do that? I walk him through it, and I'm like, and then he finally does it. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. And so I'm like, crap! No, not like this. Luckily, Andrew's not the one wanted, it's me, so the bike is still technically right there. So I'm going, I'm going to get the crew bike. So I'm like, okay, where's Andrew? Oh, he's over here. Andrew! Get on the chopper! Let's roll! I'm like, you'll never catch me alive, Kappa! I can't remember where we were supposed to go. I know we're going somewhere, I just can't remember where. Yeah, alright, just outrageous, please. I bet you that. Ah! I'm like, please don't turn him, please don't turn him, please don't turn him. Whap! No, stay down. No, I told you stay down. I'm like, oh crap. I need a gun now. And then I can't remember what blew up. But something went kaboom. And I'm like, ah man. So I'm like, where's Andrew? Andrew that way. Got it. I'm like, did the bike blow up? I'm like, that second shot should just hit the car, but who knows? And so I'm like, where's the bike? I'm like, I was about to hit that guy. Guy, a copper. Oh, I think the bike blew up. That's what blew up. The initial blow up. Or either that or Andrew blew him up. I don't know. But then I'm like, looking. I'm like, I just that way. They're like, stop! I need your bike. Good job, Susan, for ditching the bike. Okay. Off I go to save the day. And I think this is where Andrew died again, or something. I don't know. Yeah, he must have died. Or something. I don't know. I can't remember what's happening right now. Oh, he was stirring up a thing. That's why. So yeah, Andrew stirred a team deathmatch. Sorry, guys, but it was like a Star Wars uh map thing. And so I'm like, well, that's cool. And so I'm like, okay, let's give this a shot. So I'm like, well, it's a little janky, but it gets the job done. I can totally see Star Wars. But I'm like, whoa. I'm sitting there going, how long did it take to make that? And I'm like, come out, Andrew, wherever you are. I will find you. I'm like, what are you blowing up? I'm like, I will find you, and I may possibly murder you. And I'm like, oh, you're over there. I'm like, cool. Got a four-wheeler with some guns on. Sweet. And I'm like, what's that sound? Wah! I'm like, come here, Andrew. I will kill you. Wah! I'm like, get up, get up. Wah! Yeah. I'm like, haha, got you. I'm like, woohoo! And then I realize I'm sticking on an invisible helmet. I'm like, what's going on? Why is it? Why? Anyway, so every time I stop, my guy just sticks on an imaginary helmet. And I'm like, okay. Quickly, quickly. No, too much. Too much. And I'm like, uh-oh. Not good. I'm like, come back. I'm like, oh, he got off. I'm like, oh no. Ah. I'm like, come on, where we are. I will get you. I'm like, oh crap. And so, Andrew, so I'm like, where are you? And then on Andrew's screen, I could see him stuck somewhere, but I'm like, where is that? I don't even see where that is. Well, he got stuck inside the big box. Like when he crashed inside, and so I had to walk him through how to kill himself, so he'd respawn. So I'm like, oh, that's lame. I feel like, oh, how do I do this again? Oh my god, there it is. Anyway, I did that um, we'd be back to like equal again, because it was just fair that if he got killed, that here, let me see. Sorry, if he lost his point stat, then I would have a point lead. So, but I'm like, I see you. I don't know why I didn't just shoot him. Maybe, oh, I think I was like, I want to smack him. I want to walk up, smack him. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, got another point. And so I'm like, what's up here? So I'm like, ooh, jets. Oh, that one's blown up. Oh well. So I'm like, I'll get this one. So, I get in it. I fly. Then I realize this thing's a little tiny box. I'm like, well, I'm dead. I'm like, well, that was completely useless, but I do want to try again. So I'm like, okay, let's go. And I'm like sitting there going, where are the jets at? Not realizing I'm literally walking away from them right now. The reason why I know is because eventually I see my smoking pile of garbage that I just made in the corner. And so I yet again examine the stuff. I'm like, how does one do that? That's cool and all, but that'd take forever. And I'm like, oh wait, that's my pile of garbage right there. Yep. That means the planes are way over there. And that's when I realized, oh man, I walked clean across the map. So I'm like, well, here we go. 2 jets left. Well, I'm going to take this one. I'm like, come on. Come on. Come on. Get me in. Okay, fine. You're being weird. I'll climb up on you. Gets me in. I'm like, okay, let's go. 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 Why is this thing not go? Hey, Andrew, the jet's not moving. He's like, what? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, this jet's totally broke. Gonna try again. I'm sitting there going, just go. Nothing. So my theory is it's broke because the jet next to it blew up, and so something happened to this jet when that one blew up. And so I was like, he goes, I want to try. And so then I'm like, yeah, I climb up here and press triangle. So he's giving it the old school try. He then, got out and shot me, but he's like, yep, that jet's broke. I'm like, I know. And so Andrew officially, killed it. I'm like, no! I could have smashed him. like, oh my god, dang it, it's doing the helmet thing again. I'm like, come on, Andrew. I'm gonna get you eventually. Right then, when I got stuck in animation, I couldn't turn the card. I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm changing my settings. So I'm like, okay, now it should not auto put a bike helmet. So I sat here for like a second, going doo 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 doo. And about now, I'm like, yep, by now I'd have reached for a helmet. So I'm like, okay. Like, Andrew, where are you? Moon or Peter, come out, wherever you are. Like, oh, I see you. I'm like, ah, gosh dang, I keep missing. Ah! Like, come here. Like, dang it. I realize now I could have just got off the bike and shot him. And then it glitches me up inside the square thing. I'm like, what? No! I had him! No! So I'm like investigating inside. I'm like, huh, this is kind of neat, but I still gotta kill myself. So I'm like, okay, fine, you win. But this next thing, I'm so gonna beat you. Okay, so then, this next map was a deathmatch thing. So, in this one, I guess there was like a bunch of cars, and we only had like a pistol. And so I'm sitting there going, cool, I got a pistol, I'm still gonna beat the crap out of you. He's like, no way. I'm like, oh, yes way. I'm like, okay, let's go. So I'm like, there's a bunch of cars here. I'm like, I see you! Kabam! Well, that didn't kill you exactly. So I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm like, come back here. I'm like, oh, that's right. I was trying to figure out which button was to shoot. Because I think I was like, gosh dang it, what button is it? Like, click, 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 click. Now I know. Like, bam! Like, die! Alright. I have this. Great. I'm like, Motor Peter! I'm coming for you! Then I realized, oh, he jumped out! And got into the yellow one. I'm like, nailed ya! Yeah! Brr, brr. I'm like, oh, you got me! I'm like, oh crap, he's coming. I better get ready. I'm like, come on! One of these bullets should have took you out. I'm like, yeah, did it. I'm like, you know what? I'm taking the yellow one. And I see him coming, barreling at me. I'm like, no! They'll never catch me alive! I'm like, come on, come on, come on. I'm like, oh crap, he's getting out. So I get out and I go, bap. On his screen though, he like got out and then climbed up on the top of the car and then onto the hood, and then he hit the floor, and then he died, and then he's like, what the heck? I'm like, I bopped you. Uh, so I got back in my car, and I realized I only have some of my tires. It's like, you shot my tire! And I think I realized I ran out of ammo right then, so I'm like, oh crap. How am I gonna do it now? I'm like, oh, there's 3 tires gone. I'm like, I still got 1 good tire. Never catch me alive. And so then we're like, fisticuffs! Bap! He's like, no, fisticuffs. I'm like, oh, okay, I sorry. I still got no ammo. Bad thing is, he's got ammo now. So I'm like, gotta run away, gotta run away, gotta run away. I think that time all my tires are gone now. I'm like, woohoo! Train car! And he's like, where'd you go? I'm like, I'm trying to get back on the road. Or on the airstrip. I'm like, no, you'll never take me alive. And they're like, fisticuffs. I'm like, okay, here's the time. Time to kick the crap out of you. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. No, yes, no, yes. Come on, now. I'm like, darn it. I'm like, where's the L car? Gotta get the L car. But then I also realized, hey, I got bullets. Time to seek my revenge. I'm like, haha, there you are. Ah, you got the yellow one. That's my car. I'm like, yeah, I win. Yeah. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So I'm like, yeah, that was okay. Be way more funner with at least one more person. Because then that would be true chaos. Oh, right. The NASCAR races. The prepare your butts, peoples. This was like the closest race I've ever had with anybody. Well, not anybody. There's a couple races where I'm like, man, that was close. But yeah, Andrew picked what car he wanted to drive, so I'm like, I'll match it. And so I'm like, this looks interesting. I'm like, oh no, he's in the lead. Gotta catch him. I realized I could have shot at his car, but I guess we wanted a clean race. But we both looked at that loop-de-loop and went, is that part of the race, or is it just there to be cool type thing? It was there to just be cool. I'm like, boop. I think he like really spun out there. I can't remember, but I'm like, yeah, first lap, go me. And I see his dot like getting ever so closer. I'm like, oh. I'm like, oh no, he's right behind me. Ah, he's slipstreaming me. No. I'm like, come back. Like, haha, I'm in the lead again. And then he totally wrecks off by he spin. Oh wait, I think he spun out, but then he recovered it or something. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm like, no. I'm like, oh. I realized what. I'm like, oh, whew. That could have been worse. Could have been worse. Could have actually spun out. That's not fun. I'm like, this one's strong in the force. Strong in the force, I see. Oh, I'm like, oh crap, no! Anyway, Andrew realized that I got hit on the first, like, speed down in the grass. So I'm like, he's like, so he kind of slowed down here for a bit. So I'm like, no, just go, man, go. See ya, sucker. Meow. Not again. Like, move. Just move. Just move. So, so we're going, right? And I realize, oh, there's the finish line, and it's coming up on me. No! So I'm like, there's only one thing I can do. Block him. I'm like, no. I'm like, no! See, told you it was a close race. If I didn't tap him right there, oh, he'd have won. He would have won. If I didn't catch him right there, he'd have won. So I'm like, I'll bookmark that. And then I can't remember what this next thing is. Oh, a stunt race. Is it a stunt race? I thought it was another race. Like actually, it could be another race, but reason why it's called a stunt race because he made the track himself or something like that. Well, not Mooner Peter, but the guy who actually made the track. So I think this race we both chose the same this exact car. And I think this is the actual closer race, though. I think. At least I think this is the closer race. I'm like, ah, I deserve that. I deserve that. Fully deserve that. coming for you, Andrew. He's like, no. I'm like, ah, crap, that messed me up more than you. Come back here. I'm like, come on, come on. Just a little bit more. I'm getting closer. Yes, I am. Getting closer. And zing! I'm off in front again. So I'm like, no. And this time I can actually see how many laps there are. So I'm halfway there. I'm like, oh no, nuts. No! I don't know why he stops every once in a while. I'm like, why'd you stop? I'm like, oh crap! I'm like, come on! I can do this! I'm like, only like 3 more laps. Let's go. But yeah, I constantly like, man. Like he's staying back there for like ever. Like how how far back there are you? And I realize he's now a little bit closer than I thought. And it's like on the last turn too. I'm like, no! I'm like, come back here! I almost messed it up there. I'm like, no! 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 I'm like, darn it! Okay, you win.